Good evening. Today is the 18th of November 2022. The time is 11:44 p.m. Now this video is not going to be about gang stalking. It's not going to be about the Bible. Maybe. But anyway, I saw a video last night that really is sickening. I don't want to mess up the young lady's name, but I think it's like Shanquella Robinson from Charlotte, North Carolina. And she went on a vacation to Mexico with some supposed to be, but really she went with her enemies, because that's what it was. And I don't know what's caused the fight, but it just showed her, really didn't show her fight. It showed a man thinking he's a woman beating her up. And that's what it was. They keep trying to say transgender. There's no such thing as a transgender. God didn't create no transgenders. There's someone who is mixed up and need to be delivered from the demons that is in them. I don't care who get mad. I don't care if they want to cut me off this channel. I'm just telling the truth. And if the truth not welcome, then I guess I'm not welcome. Because God didn't create transgender. He created man and woman. Male and female, XX and XY. Chromosomes. That's what he created. Now tell me what kind of chromosome do a transgender have? They got a one that is a male. They have a XY. So there's no such thing as a transgender. Because them the only chromosome is XX and XY. So show him beating her up. And then they left her there. I mean, they had people video. They sat there, watched this man with women pajamas on. Cause I thought it was a woman. My daughter told me no, it's a transgender. There's no such thing as transgender. I'm just gonna say it. They sat there and videoed it. These supposed to be her friends now. That's like I said, she went there with her enemies. Cause there's no such thing as a friend. And they videoed this person beating this girl. I mean, constantly. Now this a man hitting her in her head, all in her neck, in her back, with his fist. I don't care how many laws they pass. They can't make what God created something else. And God created him a man. And that's what he is. Because when he died and go to hell, first he got to stand before God for his judgment. And when God said, "Get from before me, you worker of iniquity," when he called that name, he going to call his name. He not going to call him. The name that he got when he was born, that's the name he going to die with. That's the name God going to call him by. And anyway, they left that girl there in the motel or hotel, wherever they was at. And the maid found her. But I think a guy came. Some guy, I think, came back. Must have got her up off the floor and put her in a chair. Because the maid said she found her in a chair or sitting up or something, but she was dead. Then these dirty people had the nerve to go to her mother's house and lie and eat their food. Now you know what they need to do is lock them up and never let them see the day of light. All of them. The one that fool that beat her up and the fool that sat there and video her. Because them people is crazy. They don't never need to be around no other human but those that's in prison. And see how well they beat them people up in prison. I mean, that thing hurt me so bad. I mean, it hurt me. Like, I don't even know the woman, but it hurt me. I'm about to cry right now thinking about it. And it, I mean, how can you be so dirty? Because I had a boy to do me like that. He wasn't the one that shot my son, but he knew what happened. And he came to my house and told me a big, great big lie, which I didn't believe because it didn't make no sense what he said. I mean, no kind of, my son been in the military. He's a professional shooter. And he's supposed to have stood in front of the boy and shoot and miss him. Didn't shoot out. They ain't said nothing about the glass shot out. I mean, oh Lord. He just said, like, we just crazy people. We gonna just believe what he say. But he gonna say that the boy, my son walked up to this boy and hit him in the head with the gun. Then walks in front of the car and shoot. But he said nothing about the window shot out in the windshield shot out. Just lying. My son had been in the military. He wasn't in there a long time, but he was in there. He learned how to shoot. But he can shoot standing right in front of you. But that's the same thing they did. They went and I ain't feed them. They went and actually ate at this woman's house and told her the girl died from alcohol poisoning. When they sat there and videoed this boy beating this girl up and broke her neck and put a crack in her spine. She won't even fighting back. Cause it just, I mean, she fighting a man. It don't make no sense. I'm trying to tell y'all, better get close to Jesus. We all got to get closer. I need to get closer, as close as I can get to Jesus. And then we got people after us too. So you know we need Jesus bad. We already got people after us. And that's our government. But make it so bad, our government is after us. It's sad, you know. And I just saw a video where it said Kyrie Irvison gave her $65,000. Now that made me feel good. That about to make me cry too. Yeah, they said Kyrie gave the family $65,000 so they could bury her and probably get investigations. People ain't gonna move if you got no money. See, I ain't had no money, so I couldn't get nobody to help me with my son. I couldn't get no lawyer. And that's what they betted on too, me not being able to get a lawyer. But I got one. I got the best lawyer that anybody could have. He might not serve time here on earth, but he will when he get before the Heavenly Father. He stand before God. And God gonna remind him of him killing my son and all the other people that he done did. Because then he beat a boy, after he beat my son, he beat this boy with a gun and was bragging about how he killed my son. Talking about how he got away. You don't know who I am. I got away with first-degree murder. Now this is what he was saying. Why he beating this boy. And the guy had to get surgery on his eye. But I'm telling you, something bad has happened. Something bad has happened. People keep saying since 2020, but I seen a change after George Floyd death. when they had all that rioting and stuff, I've seen things has changed since then. And that's why I keep saying that this nothing is seeming right. I just feel like when all them black men started getting killed by the police, something happened. And I kept saying, are they being sacrificed? And I still think that. I still think they were sacrificed. There were sacrifices. So somebody in the family, when George Floyd had this tattoo on his bike, so he could have been in some type of secret society, but somebody was in something, and they had to give a blood sacrifice. They may not be doing it themselves, but if you get in get into those secret society, they have not just secret society. Yeah, they still in secret society. Like how the music of Jay-Z and all them people into, I think they're Masons too. But you have to give Satan a blood sacrifice. And it don't mean that you know that they're gonna do it, but there's gonna be a sacrifice. And they probably don't know it when they get in it. But when they get in it, they owe Satan blood. And that's what I believe my son and my nephew was. Because I got a brother who's a Mason, and I had to denounce him. And I did. I didn't have no problem with denouncing him. Because we're not trying to be blood sacrifices. I'm sitting here looking like a Pooh Bear. They steady making my body, making me gain all this weight. My sister just drying up. And they poking me up, looking like Pokey Pig. With this stuff coming in my private area, going up my body, fattening me up. I'm not trying to be nobody's sacrifice. I'm not in no secret society and don't even dare want to be in one. Have no desire to be in a secret society. And wouldn't dare to be in one. I don't want to be involved with nobody. Just like I don't want to be involved with witches, I don't want to be involved with people that's in the secret society. But that poor girl, I just feel sorry for her. Her daddy, he was talking about how close him and his daughter was. And how hurt he was having to be in this secret society. Look, it's bad. It has gotten really, really, really bad. So I'm not going to stay on here long. But I just had to say something. After seeing the video tonight, I just saw the video. And then last night I saw one. How that boy was beating that girl up. I just can't see how somebody could just sit there and watch somebody else, even if it's a woman. How can you see one woman beating up another woman? But see, that wasn't one woman, that was one man beating up a woman. And they sitting there videoing it. I really hope they go to prison and be locked up forever. They don't never ever need to get out of jail. Not ever. So I'm gonna get out from here.